This is bad. This is diabolical. Actually, this is potentially one of the most damaging things I've seen in the nursing profession. University of North Carolina Health Medical Center recently announced that they are transitioning their staffing to a bid shift model beginning October 2nd. With bid shift, teammates request open shifts at a specific premium rate of pay. Other eligible staff may request the same shift at progressively lower rates of pay while the shift remains open for bidding. And then the shifts will be generally awarded to the lowest bid submitted. I'm asking every nurse out there to really take a minute to try to understand how damaging this is and what the long-term effects of this are going to be.
You get awarded for not knowing your worth. When you've thought you've seen it all, you haven't. Now your job goes to the lowest bidder? How is this legal? Man, the workforce is really changing, ain't it? Bidding in a work capacity? This ain't like no auction. It goes to the highest bidder. It's going to the lowest one.
They're pitting nurses against each other. They're treating full-time employees like contract workers. We all lose with this. This will drive all wages down. This is a competition to work for less money. This is brilliantly diabolical. Like, whoever came up with this, a genius, and going straight to hell. Diabolical. This is going to have such... I'm so angry. Please, please do not accept these shifts. Do not work those extra shifts. You are selling out every other nurse when you do that, because what I've always told you, what you put in place in one area carries over to other areas. You let this become the norm there, before we know it, it will be everywhere. Just think back to COVID. Did anything go back to the way it was before?
No.
You must stick together and not work any of those extra shifts. Do not bid on any of those extra shifts. And I'm going to take it a step further. This is almost as bad as crossing a strike line. You are going to have that kind of long-term detrimental effects if nurses start doing this. Do not accept these shifts. Do not sell out nurses everywhere. And just don't be stupid and work for less money.
In an economy like this, they want to pay people less. How greedy can they be? When you thought they couldn't get any more greedy, they've gotten way more. If anything, they should be paying people more to work these extra shifts. Nah, we want to pay the person the least that we can. Nurses don't sell out. We're going to see this type of model across all industries. If they're able to do it, they will. It starts with the nursing field. Before we know it, if they accept this, if they allow this, it'll be everywhere. I can't believe this.
Do I have 25, 25? Do I have 26, 20, 30? Do I have 24? Oh, you're working for 23? So, oh, y'all ain't heard what UNC
Sold to the lowest bidder.
nursing is doing? UNC Health Systems? Shit, they done started a bidding war over there. Oh yeah, they done went to bid shift, where you bid on open shifts. They taking the lowest bid for the job. Everything has a poster child. You feel me? This is the poster child of what's coming. UNC Health System, is this works through them, you know the rest of the country's watching. And this is what's gonna be at hand. Well, employees are gonna be treated like contractors. They're gonna pit us against each other like that. And you know what's gonna happen? Say that job paid $40 an hour. That job's no longer gonna pay 40 because they bidding, and the lowest bid gets the job. The thing to do would be not bid at all, but who's gonna do that? You feel me? If you don't get no bids at all, then hey, you gotta stick to something. But People are going to start bidding because people's needs are different. And that's what it's going to come up to. How you living, what you need. Because where it was 40 and the more want to pick 30, somebody going to say, I'll work that for 25. Somebody going to say, I'll work that shift for 23. You see, from 40 to 23, we done cut $17 off that damn shift. On some real shit. I'm just saying. Boy, this is the test tube, baby. And believe me, employees going to be pitted against each other like never before.
I should have known when everybody started jumping into the medical field, it was going to get bad. Everybody a nurse. Everybody, they grandma and cousin nurses. When our people start jumping into fields, things start to transition to the worst. That's just how it is. That's just how it's been. That's just how it's going to be. This is just like the freight industry. When everybody started jumping into the freight industry, the rates got all messed up. They became super duper low. People were taking anything, any amount. A load that should be 1,000, they doing it for 600. I'm just throwing out some numbers. It might not be accurate, but you get what I'm saying? They're taking it for a reduction of what it should be, a way lower amount. The same thing's going to happen in the nursing field. You should have been getting 40 an hour. Some people going to be like, just pay me 20. I'm coming from not making nothing. I'm coming straight up out the projects.
Sit down because this one is probably going to piss you off. This is UNC Health, an organization with over 50,000 employees, and many of them are nurses. Why am I telling you this? Because UNC is changing the way these nurses' shifts are scheduled, and they're changing it in a way that will allow UNC to pay them as little as possible while pitting them against one another, because UNC is moving to what they call a bid shift program. It sounds like a fun little game, right? Not so much. This is how it works. For critical staffing shifts, also known as premium shifts, which are shifts that are so important to the organization that they traditionally pay a higher hourly wage, the hospital now allows nurses to compete with each other by offering a progressively lower rate until the hospital awards the shift potentially to the lowest bidder. It's a reverse auction, people, but one where life-saving professionals are asked to bid against each other's wages in a race to the bottom for a system that obviously rewards low-wage acceptance instead of professional skills. A system.
Right, so now you're going to have people that's not as equipped. They're not as skilled. It seems like you will want the top professionals in the industry working under you or for you. Instead, you got the weakest links working under you and for you. Just because, it doesn't cost them that much. They're willing to accept the job for pennies on the dollar. If this ain't about the dumbest thing I've never seen. I told y'all the workforce is ghetto. Ghetto. Yeah, ghetto.
Where the employer, the hospital, like an overweight emperor, steps aside and watches gladiators dressed like nurses fight each other for a paycheck. Are you a single mother who could use the shift but needs to pay for childcare while you cover this critical shift? Sorry, there's a nurse who lives with his parents who's probably gonna outbid you. I'm sure that the conversation between you two at the upcoming company picnic's not gonna be awkward at all. So there you have it. The men and women America praised as heroes just a few years ago who dedicate their life to literally saving us and the people we love. Those people are being asked by their employer, whose services are so expensive that they cause 530,000 people to file for bankruptcy each year, to decide who's gonna be paid the least to fill a shift that they call critical. Is this the flavor of capitalism we're supposed to embrace and encourage? I'm just asking for a non-billionaire friend of mine.
Oh, it's getting critical. Things is getting crucial. Let's reduce those medical bills. If you got a less qualified person working on me, I need a reduction in my bill. This person not so skilled. They're just doing the job to do it. They're not doing it like this other person could do it. You get where I'm going with that? So bet you those medical bills going to be higher too. They're going to find a way to charge those that need help more. You got to think, when people aren't paid with their worth, they don't really care about the job that they're doing. They're just doing it, to say it's done. This ain't going to end well.